Yensro I'm saying that's the Fufra or by the Edamai or that chain free. I'm saying the last time you see our Hano, nay, MTTD. Send Uncle Can I come on as I last time says and that's all about they be or be a or maybe you mother. Did you make the never just consider you Nana? Yan tanka drivers or Western Central. Yasha say your bone deuro. Amagana man saying who say Yashi Biasi. Na yan traho sa banyama de bia. Yes, you never to say your bobo a consider you who deuro. Amagana fire. And who say yan shakupo. Nemum. Yan hot in between. Intended a digimate in the chef. If you say, where 2 weeks in me, and last week, you know, and just some day. And then now to be you know back home if you keep us over but she no come up Friday HM so I think I say you know be ofitema call tamale odu tiabodom only meeting na no omko crash here ama meeting that be na mo free e besre yenya a mini silent ama yen nuanum na e be kakra ni omo afiri mu no ina yenya a mini silent ama amen.
Amen.
Ebusiafo and the pay ocean from Truck Drivers GHTV. Sa TV online TV where TV omone truck drivers tanker drivers flat body tipper for na year adwuma. Ye de be ni say ebowo ekwan so jojo enwa ama amansan. Nti afidie omo imagine say ana adefu tinfidie ya imagine say nyepe na omo ne ebeko. Nti anapai wohwem ya wohwem from Truck Drivers TV. And Jumidin say Heavy Duty Drivers Association of Ghana. Mother Union, General Transport, Petroleum and Chemical Workers Union of TUC. Omona, Omuta Jumediachi. Master me one year time ko. Nti and promotion echi ha. Your Western region DVLA boss. The whole boss angasa wa ha. Emose man. Wohwe nsabe kuma so a your Insurance Brokers Association of Ghana, Western Regional Rep, on top of Kenyan Elha, Humia Bunsen. Now, Papa B. F. What Bessie Moa on Poso better than where the batty being a P. MCA said you may be as in the end, yeah, Dr. Philip, oh, Fijai, Holy Child, yeah, Doctor. Nti kaka yankopo to super egu na ayeye no so na o say your boss ba ko beka yan Mr. Ali Vivo rep and share rep Mr. Fino waba nti ba waba ka yan ho chef o ye dom ase so mo gya omo yard mu ama say ndi si adwuma yankopo inshallah nti ye ntwentwan so no ye beto nsa fa your boss DVLA boss na ozo ne won nkomo kakra bi oni atwitwi wi a na ya question ne meni ntintia mu na wetumi akoto na adwuma so nyenze etumi akoto a adwuma so nti yen fensimbo ene ko ye ensha the boss.
Yes. You don't want to say good morning.
Good morning.
Me no enya papa but yeah dibe fra. Okay. So and I know your has a yembo nkomo kakra fa ye dwuma ye yen sisi a the person me bisa question baako ya ye tiano dwuma be na ye ma ti se o ma bo obi di doctor nti doctor oye dwuma ben o hwe ni pa yare ya ye tiano ye dwuma ben ye car ye drivers. Okay. So your car driver HRZ. So say be a driver HRZ. Yeah. So you say driver obi a oti car no ma na machine na o control kwan so na okọ bibia opese odi akọ wasundwe mu enye sa okay so ye driver fo a kire say ye di nyama miensa na ye di ye adwuma de kan ya ye nipa duanu na ye ti car no mu no second one ye car na machine and ye control third one a kwan so a ye fa. Are you following me? Enti driver for ye di nyama miensa na ye di adwuma. Enti saa nyama miensa na ye di ye adwuma no. Driver ni no ansa na obi be fro so ye driver ni no. Eji se wo kita license. Eji se o mo atesi o na o mo hu se okay. Adwuma we obetumi aye wo ni hu nimde. Obetumi aye. Enye sa. Enti ye DVLA for na o se o mo masa akrata no. Car na o di fa kwanso no o se ye hwe car so se bibia wo ho a ebetumi ade akọ bibia o pese okodu so sa car no so si na obehwe se car no ye fine ye fit se obenam kwanso no onu so ye DVLA for na omuhwe and ekwan na ye fa so na ye kono onu ye highways for na omuhwe enti anupa we ye be bon komofa side DVLA for omuhwe na yehu de ose yeye enti ebedi kanu mi pese mi bisa question baako se wo pese wo tu mrika wa hye oshu ana kambu bibia fefefe na wo tu mrika na okona mpabo na se ayi de na ebesi wo tu mrika na okọ na won mpabo na wo hye no na se ayi so na ayi omra wo tu mrika de na ebekọ obebo form ebi ati ase o mpagba no otumika no okona na se ayi a obebo form enti ye nim se ye hye mpagba na ye tumika o se ye hwe se ye careful se na se be yi a ye betumi agina na ye mbo form enye sa akola bia sa de no automatically na wona adwum enti ye driver for so ye ka okwan so na ye kwa o se ye wo ya adwum se bibia betumi ayi okan ma ebe edi akonhia beba bibia betumi ayi okan ho a edi akonhia beba enti conscious no o se sa adweno o wa yetrim yentumi ka se car no sisia na free workshop bibia okay na okwa na wo kita sa adweno mpabo no so obetumi akoto store obetumi akosi wa especially wo to mpabo na odi tu wa chair ofa pe na ya say one shedder ebi ato obi pe aha enti kan na ye kaso sa na situation ye all those things are natural yeah omusi you cannot control enti kan no ebe wo hwa wa obehu se bibia on fine but wo kope ofa na bibia ase na bibia yi enti ye nam kwanso o se sa adwunu o se ye kita sa adwunu se anything can happen to the car. Enti wokono you must go carefully cautiously say bibi be sisa obetumi control or kanu enti yenye ya dwen say kanu ya share free shop bibia ya woke break ya woke bibia na ye ko mrika dodo bia na ye pese ye ko onu embua enti obehwe say kwanu highways for no omosi kwanu they could put some speed limit on council, but no interest so we say 100 or no interest also call 100 because say we call 100 at that time we can say bibi yi ohun on to me share on to me control na the asemaba so why we kita can also onimo ka also hu sina can bibi si obetumi control answer na oko so those things are very important or say ye kwa na ye ju. Then coming to the driver himself, nipa otika no. Obi betumi a tranha sisia ni hu tonu bibia okay. By the next 10 minutes or 1 hour per na niti yen ya. Has it happened to somebody before? Aha. And I say now yem, what has sisia now yem? but first no na hwe so the same thing o nam kwan so o kitaka na o nam kwan so you must be reading yourself although who say you say o kaka na you are not in a good frame of mind wo concentration no enko ye si na wadwen be wo kwan so si na waso be wo kan no na wadwen wonim bibia be wo kwan so no bibi hawa enko ye concentration no enko ye. So you, the driver, you must make sure, say, as you are on the road moving, you are in a good frame of mind. What doing now or so Bibia, you are seeing everything perfectly. And sana, Bibia bet to me and he say we are all human beings. Over to me as well, and then our school fees be see of here. On what another on what pamo about free school, say one child school fees. But and then pass was so called Juma and Sanas Kabeba and yes, so won't share ye now school fees no now that trim and then so mbe pama call away and now china so ye be there now that team now want to be control it could change your concentration the way your counsel na enye. Are you following? The way your counsel in and those things are fact. They are natural things but to have to yeah. But we have to try and control those situations as a driver. Ye masa junjunu overcoming adrian also the kakano. You must be very, very, very sensitive. Say you know what is happening on the road. Sina emfa problem biaba. So as a driver, you also need to check yourself. So when you say, I don't want to me controller, then it is better you don't go to work on that day. So when you say problem, no, you cannot control, you cannot manage a house, kakra, as I say, well, you're in a job. Only the nipa bebre is difficult to control. So it is better not to go to work. Say, sa dan one call Jumana o ti asia, better so be call Jumana bibi be kwa kwasi. So let's manage ourselves the way we can drive safely on the road. Now, we'll come back a little bit to some regulations. Is there a kwano, ye kase a kwano, ye controlling can or kwanso. And ye kwana ye nam kwanso. Let me ask a question. Yen fani say, obeko kumasi, di nyama kwa kumasi. And it happens say, or kwanso, no kwana ye driver, won't throw, biamba, bianco, how will you feel on the road? BBC or kwanso. Because when him say under normal circumstances, say are you getting the point? So it tells us say the road is a public place. Unlike a bedroom. So then you only expect your wife in the room. Apart from that, you don't expect anybody. So you are in your room, you don't think they add anything. But on the road, it's a public place. So you expect to see other people. Are you getting the point? So once it's a public place, the management, and as soon as you it's very, very difficult. It's very difficult because the hour majum answer na me babe show you don't know. The hour wajum answer no be shame you don't know. Whether I understand say ye ba no so far has na me far you don't know. Ebetumi aba say oba na me san fa na say akwa obey there. So once you don't know what is in your mind, it is very difficult to manage the road. And until the regulations too no. Are you getting the point? Me sure say obi the regulation to the bedroom say or say me ba or say me fa say and yes and it is that free. You move anyhow, do anything anyhow and go. But the road, because it's a public place, you also now we have to put regulations on the road. and we have to observe the regulations. Are we making sense? So, enunti we a driver near ansa na ombe ma license no, they test you on the road regulations. Or say you test you say you understand the road regulation, you can manage the road regulations. But after let's say some of you here no one license the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and yes sir. So that day, about 40, 30 years ago, now you test you say, what to me kakana, you say yes, what to me kana you license. Now what you ho, one share bio, one year share bio, but do you think that knowledge, that time na you test you now waka pepe na you mark 100%. The same thing na you buy na over to me kanisa. Ebe even though you name say as you drive the years pass by obenya experience, but sina bibia be wo woni so, especially the roads in the 90s, in the 80s are not the same roads today. And any nancy sa second road no ebe dual carriage. And yes sir, but yesterday it was a single carriage na ye faso. So if you don't learn how to manage a dual carriage road today, say sa secondary takradi kwana wo benam so na ye problem ma because you don't know where to pass. Ekwano ya mienu you be fine fa. You get the point. So it is very important as a drivers that omwa na ye hwe ade omwa na ye fa teacher for na nkrofo a ye nim say ombetumi a kire ade ye behunu omwa na ye fa omu na ye hwe ade. Doctor for omu we school na omu betra hospital sa enye sa omu ohwa na omu ko school bio na omu ba ohwa na omu ko school na omu ba adenti na omu san ko school because machine fufuro ba eduro fufuro ba eyare fufuro ba. Are you getting the point? Sisi a cars bi ohwa ye mfa ki hwem bio enti say wo wonim say car key na ye di start a oboko akohwehwe abre keyhole be ani wo. But say one share there, one. Are you getting the point? When you automatic say once you are driver, no, this will be true. Say car way, you in fact key starting, or the pressure happen a best starting. So I just share there and we hear my papa. And the regulation, road regulation, actually say, yeah, driver for. Every 2 years. So pay at the shafu from here. Now a friend refresher course. Now omusa nchirawa there. Now the ocean na plus your experience. But say a be more solid than the way first. As a man you see that if they bring somebody who is just a driver from yesterday, you will not understand it the way you people are getting because as I'm talking, you have experienced some of the things. And you are understanding more than Obia Afena Obabe Stati. So refresher course is very important. Inti muma ye first 2 year kwanu say at least every 2 years bia yenya 1 week training be well structured. Obi babe chere nyama fufura omaba na dada no so na ya refinu ombabe kasa found so that we will repolish ourselves and become more fresh drivers on the road. And the way I'm pushing it to your executives so that they will put it in their plans or more na training. A bed is a classroom. Demonstration na they say here say ye field kotuka na ye nchiro bibi fufura eba no all those things will be taught say na ebebuaye. Now so we'll go back to the road again. Regulation kire nyama bebre but sina meka no ye nya ekwan hwe ade fufura nti those things are gone. Regulation kire say So when a big vehicle or console, you don't have to drive and keep a long queue behind you. Because a bus, who can tell me what will happen? Everybody say, "When all your car can show on him." Now, cars also ochi bebre. What happened? Obi be pre abe overtaking in yanko say kwan in your crap. Now, opeso shame like a whole lot of scenario. Have you observed that? Ah, people will be rushing. What jack kwan crap or be shame. Under normal driving regulations, when you are driving, you have to keep what you call driving distance. But a bus, people will be filling in the driving distance and jaja and a mark congestion na a console bus. So the regulation says that if you are a big car, now on say cars doors or chair, when you reach a place that on say you park off, then you let them pass. Omukwana, you go. Because mostly there is no time bound on your movement. All that you need is to send your goods to the destination safely. Are you getting the point? So you don't have to be struggling. Hey, kwekuba be pa no university abeko akofa nyama no nche me tumi kana me do once na kwekuedu. No, in your case it's not like that. Me sure say ofruga so obenya nyama of Kumasi, most at times it is already planned. And it is planned say oko Kumasi wo yi we wi obeko ha so kofa we no samba takurari. In your case everything is more or less planned. It is not like the passenger drivers who rush to pick passengers as and when they get them. The regulation says that if you are a big car, you don't have to keep long queue behind you. But yeah, rather bibi akwano ye fine na omba be pa ho afi na yesu esantia so more na koye ti say racing be now people will be forcing here and there, and you can testify to that most of the accidents that happen in those scenarios. There was a time that is far back 204. People so from as I mean to me say getting to people so there is a health center there. Into Usa health center there's a stretch before the Kabel Brusa Chrome. So there was one articulator going towards Accra. Some urban bus also from Takoradi going towards Accra. So stretcher urban bus no person articulator wasn't given the chance. Both of them were racing on the road. There was a Benz bus also coming from Kumasi through the curve. Urban bus no Benz bus no Brian in 14. That was my first accident report at Metro at DVLA. Very nice situation. And you know what the articulator did? He didn't stop. He drove to Purposeful Police Barrier. Kokachrom the accident to be see. Now, just slow down small for the urban see for some call. Oh yeah, for some call is better. And yes, you are racing with him. Even though articulator driver no one can, but who knows those people, any of them could be your relatives. Who knows those people, any of them could help you in future. Who knows those people, any of them could help any of your children in future. Say Mukakana, there is a queue behind you. Make sure you disperse the queue. Don't try to race with them. That is very important. Then again, the regulation says that if you are big cars moving in convoy, yes, you don't move tailgating. Two articulators, now muko and three, now move bembensa. No, you move to leave space in between you. Side that say Obiba be power one, he can do it like that. But say more bensa, he is forced to take 2, 3 at a go. Most of the times, no problem no. So if we are moving in convoy, try to leave space so that any car who wants to overtake will take you one after the other. One after the other. Sina enkoye a long overtaking na odi asombebre abai. So this morning, these are the few things I want to touch. As I said, you need to organize proper refresher courses. Yebeba be chere nyama bebre so that ebobu aye na, because safety is very important. As we are sitting here, there are people who are praying that we should come home safely, because when we get home safely, bianinu ebeye safe. When we get home safely, their school fees will be paid. When we get home safely, their dress will be bought. So we are not just here. Maybe you yourself, you think, oh, it's a mean, but there are people who are praying that you should come back home safely. So we should also make sure their prayers work. Thank you very much.
Yebesre sena ye papa kasa no wakasa yi pa. Ti maybe say wo question bi a mani ententiem na yetam de die tie dada. Short na yetumi ade akotua na yese ye ana no ko so anya se oyeso. Nti wo question no.
Yet the safety on road so. But most often we won't say as they place normally the blame no tanker drivers name. But regulators with like DVLA, then I'm also more mobile. Because flavor do or name driving grab our license. It's almost to contribute to that then happen on road so. I said like here for instance, a drivers know every 6 months you are call for refresher training. But in private when we meet to the Jamaica, you don't find the right channel so on here now get alive not so about road so. The web was on bit match on so my now it's never safe for road so.
I greet you all. My name is Bis Makasa from JK Hotel Shell. I have 2 questions for you. One is about seatbelt policy and advocacy, and also the road condition. Yeah, starting from the seatbelt advocacy, I see that when a proper assessment of a vehicle before you can see that it is fit to be on the road, seatbelt is not left out. Okay, here lies the case. Commercial vehicles, especially the Troskis, we know it is only the driver and the passenger are entitled to a seatbelt. The rest all are loose objects in the car. I don't know how serious DVLA has taken this into consideration. And I also want to know again as to whether DVLA has something in connection with the road highways. And this goes down to the road condition that I'm talking about. You have sometimes certain steep bumps, which is ramps on the road. You look at them and you can see that these ones are not the specified ones that are supposed to be on the road. They causes breakdowns. And I don't know, for a very long time I've noticed this and nothing is being done about it. There are a couple of times you realize that a certain community will just come and start building road ramps. And then it becomes a problem. Meaning that they are illegal ones, they scrape them off. But certain ones you see them and they are the very ones breaking our vehicles on the roads. So I don't know what is your connection with the highways and what have you to get rid of this. And also the breakdown cars are the ones causing most of the problems. People run into breakdown cars all the time. So these are my questions.
I'm just adding up from what Bismarck about the route. My boss here spoke about how we go for obtaining driver's license. Because sometimes you see people on the road, you give us a very nice and a good explanation for that. But when you say DVLA, we issue license and a roadworthy certificate. Then roadworthy, you say, put the car and a truck and a whatever, right? Roadworthy certificate is for the vehicles, and it means the vehicle is fit for purpose. But there is a condition where on our roads you see that a lot of our vehicles are not fit for purpose, but they have roadworthy certificates, and most often these vehicles are causing problems on the road. So my question is, how do you go about giving these certificates? Because they go through processes for them to get. I know, like most of the trucks over here, aside DVLA no call for such certificate, they have their private ones. All the companies, like Total, Shell, Zin, apart from say DVLA roadworthy, they also go for biannual inspections where they go for strict assessment to make sure that the track is. So if you are very observant, trucks are Total branded, Gaso branded, Shell branded, Zin branded, very unique. But even if old vehicles don't even work there. Sometimes what I read me about cars are from 2010 to 2030. Say they don't. But for DVLA, you have vehicles that are fine. Maybe it might be in even a good condition, but you know that car they are is no good. Who cannot cheer, but to call the road safety stick, and it's not a fake one. That one answer there. I don't want that one. It's a genuine way. So what are you guys doing? What are you doing to curb the situation? Why don't you let the vehicles come? And say you are opening more sites at places. Why don't they go for proper scrutiny assessment? Because at the end of the day, it's our safety. People are dying. Last week we lost someone here. People are dying. So please, what are you people doing about that situation so that we can eliminate most of those scraps? Yes, there are scraps. Most of those scraps on the road.
Who says okay? Tama or Kojo Lancers, that's a woman test you are. They didn't test you from Takoradi to Accra and Sana Omar confirm you say you could drive. We have some very salient pointer you check it in the test. Your control, your coordination, your maneuvering, your understanding to road signs, those are the things we check. So all prove which say you can coordinate clutch brake, half clutch, and all those things. You understand the road side, maybe I stop or original, maybe I give you a Hawaii, then you interpret the road sign and you move along. You understand the road side, you get the answer. But whether you can drive from Takoradi to Accra will depend on you as a person who is on the road. And when DVLA year my license for some time now, we give you 1 year probation period. Almost a P plater, ye hangy or can. It means you are on probation. And when you are on probation, you don't do something that your master can do.
No, they don't do that.
Or a probation driver. So you don't do something that your master can do. But it's because of the indiscipline. Obibe to me license and otikamu or kokumasi. You get a point. Whether he has that ability, that experience for that long distance drive, no. So it is true that you see people that drive on the road, but to me actually clearly say inexperience. What check is what kita license. So but the license giving you doesn't say you can now jump in a car to go to Bulgaria. You cannot jump in a car and go to Bulgaria. When your license you first practice around town riding, probation period 1 year. Then you yourself no vim bibe baomu. So sisi them bet me akwa Cape Coast aba. And so once you go to Cape Coast and come, then the experience start building. Kakra na oko. So there are plans again. We talk to the commercial drivers also to let them understand, say that thing is not good. That thing is not good. But you know, our system is also such that democracy, freedom of association. There are drivers, heavy goods drivers who are not part of your association. Because medium impair association, yeah. Those drivers, they can't now. Will they also hear? So that thing is happening everywhere. So if everybody is forced by law to belong to an association, if I say GPRT, answer na load your station. The station master will have to know whether you could drive to Accra before he loads you. And yes, sir. But nipa no di ni car see papa no Accra far now. So the system too will have to be interrogated and polished at certain time. And what you are saying is not is true, but we all have to come on board to solve that. We have what is called policy direction and what is operation. Now, so the seat belt issue, if you look at it, is a policy issue. Even though it is in the airline, it takes some level of commitment to change something that people are very used to. Now, you can see that initially, Ghana, all our buses, which are those days are small buses, the urban and the 207 buses, they were not buses, so to say, before imported into the country. They were vans. Then we brought them, then we cut some portion and put some seats, then they become buses. And so we started with that, and there were no seat belts fixed in those so-called buses. Now that the airline says every bus should have seat belt, it is a matter of enforcement to make sure that the people change from what they are used to a new thing that they are going to experience. But if we are all in the country, if you look at the event from some years back, when the issue comes, seat belt, 1 week, 2 weeks, now it goes down. Your one samba, you sit better, that it goes down. So it tells us that it is a matter of policy and which is politically directed in such a way that when you are bringing or you are implementing a policy and there is agitation from people, then the politician will prefer to leave it so that are you getting the point? So that is the issue with the seatbelt. But I think somebody should try and hold the bull by the horn and we push it. Once we change it and we are now in a new environment, we'll all be used to that new environment, then we move on. But who should take us to the promised land is the problem. Are you getting the point? Who should take us to the promised land? At times we do road check. We stop cars on the road. Oh, wow, manager, what you are doing is so good. Okay, in a way, car way, my brother Munjano. So if we should leave him, why do we detain him? You get the point. So now, some kind of thing, so it is becoming difficult. But as I said, we need to hold the bull by the horn, one time, and make sure we move from the old system to the new system. And once it is done, we'll be free. So that is what I can say about it. Then connection with DVLA and highway. Presently, there is no connection, so to say, because everybody is now authority. What I know is that early 2000, road safety was road safety committee. Road safety committee are a selection of stakeholders to think about road safety issues and help implement some of the policies those days. And so in the road safety committee, you see DVLA, you see highway, you see this, you see that, you see that. Then they all meet and decide, oh, this portion of the road, this thing should be done. There should be a ramp. Highways, take action. Okay? This portion of the road, there should be signboard. Highways, take action. But now, everybody is authority. The road safety to sit down, they do their own observation, their own studies, and make their operational plan. DVLA, the same. Highway, the same. So for me presently, I don't see any link that will help that in at this time. I getting the point. But notwithstanding that, Omoana road safety for Omufre meeting. So in those meetings, you can put these things across for corrections to be made. Like in the Takrari metro, is it second Takrari? How do you call it? Takrari metro is what? Yes, in the SCMA, there is a committee like that they pick stakeholders to sit down and plan about road safety issue in the metropolis. So I know of that. So if there are such things like speed ramps and all those things around, I think that committee can handle those issues very well. Yeah. So that is what I can say about that.
Yes,
And to add something to, you see, at times will be there politics. Assemblyman can organize his people and just constructing ramps on the road without even taking any permission from highways. You get the point. One coca, if you are not careful, they will read different meaning into it. So quiet to say, Obiabe won't say any, but we all sit down and be observing something that is worrying all of us. The regulations or the law did not limit the age of the car that is in use. Like if you see a car with registration A, which is the very first cars, by this time should have been on the road. There's nothing in the law like that. But what the law says is that the car should be fit on the road. Fit on the road, there are some mandatory things the car should have before it is deemed fit on the road. Now, initially or before, some years back, you go to license office with your car and visually we check those things, say move your car, stop, we see the brake and all those things and brake, all those things. Those things are superficial, what like, and yet deep Tesla, say there's nothing wrong with that car. So it is based on that we are introducing the private testing stations where there are machines now to check your braking efficiency. There are machines now to even check your suspension, whether they are still good to go. There are machines at the testing centers to check even how your fuel and engine is working, how exhaust gas are a free can mabano. There are machines to see whether that exhaust gas coming is not poisonous. So they are changing the system. But the only thing is that the system is not fully deployed to cover the whole country. Are you getting the point? The system is not fully deployed to cover the whole country. So the difficulty we are having is that, like every normal human being, so if I know when I send my car to Ben Sam here, the private garage in Takura is called Ben Sam, they will take me through all those tests and probably my time or even refer me to go and repair something. Abraham, you know, I would prefer to run to the nearest station where they are still doing the manual test so that one will not be deeper and I go. So this is what is happening. Yes, you see the stickers are not fake, but it means they are not taken through the rigorous testing process. That is one leg of my answer. The second answer to is that a car can leave the workshop now, almost service break, but you move to the road and a bit to me, I say, so you, the driver, no, the sticker is not a guarantee for you to say that once I have sticker, everything is okay in my car. No, you must observe, analyze, check your car to make sure everything is still intact every time you are moving. I've been seeing you, the big truck drivers. when you are going to Kumasi, there are points on the road you stop and go around your car. But still there was the sticker. The road where this sticker is on the car. But why are you going around the car? What are you there? When you go around the car, what are you checking?
We call it walk around check. Walk around check.
To do what?
It's mandatory.
To do what?
Because you can move from here to here, as you were saying, and there might be default.
Yes.
So you are checking whether everything
is yes. Okay. Yes. So what I want to say is that we should, or irrespective of whether big car or small car, passenger car, we should all make these kind of things part of our system. We should make these kind of checks part of our system. When you are driving up to some distance, you stop and do your walk around check to make sure everything is intact. But if you are always saying that I have sticker, somebody the wiper cry at two, there's no wiper but sticker or say me can't road ready. The day you were going for the inspection, your wiper blade may be there. But the day and year road worthy for commercial 6 months, 6 months, private 1 year. So within the 6 month period, be able to me I say the blade may be removed. But you don't say because your sticker is there, you continue. So for me, it's a matter of attitude. As you said first that you the driver, so sorry no who say and then why jum and go over to me car, it's better you don't go no. It's the same thing when you see the car and you see that there are problems, you go for repairs rather than rely on sticker and we go. So for me, this is what I have to say about it.
It busy her for and there. Boss, I may say the next area of Babano, obey the projector. Into your canine, I know you for the edit chair. Into on one day, you go to a elbow well. Into young boys in Manobra. What can I say? Oh yeah, if you could be man can be there, Ayana, a big crack. You have been from Insurance Brokers Association of Ghana. On Casa, baby, by Osi Unity. Boss, I am your boss in you. Still come on up on it. Now, or that I am also DVLA. Wait me, I have a review. Until the mama, boss. Now, what me I say, big a crap, and I can a crap. Oh, bra, yeah, did my dear economy.
Boss was speaking about safety on the road. But sometimes you can be very safe on the road, but accidents will happen. You say that accident is inevitable. Boss was talking about the road being a public place. Whilst you are safe, other person can drive unsafely and have an effect on you. So as insurance people, I work with the Insurance Broker Association of Ghana, KEK. We are like your lawyers. I always say when you are going to the hospital, you need to, when you are sick, you need to go to the doctor to be well. When you want to build a house or an apartment, it's all called Mason Hall, and will help you build the apartment. When it comes to insurance, sometimes we want to go and do the insurance ourselves, and it might lead you to go and do the wrong policy or go to the wrong insurance company, which are not in financial standing, so that when there's a claim, they can't pay you well. Then that's what the issues of insurance for there. The GSC are into ya. But then if you are going to the wrong insurance company, they'll not be able to pay for you. So we as insurance brokers, we are like your lawyers, and you don't pay us. Every premium you pay, there's a portion that comes to us. So whether you have insurance brokers on board or not, you are paying for our services. So you need to utilize us. So two things. Once you are being safe, accidents can happen. So I'm looking at you, the benefit or the compensation that will come to you as the driver. Now, by law, you are supposed to do at least third party to drive on the road. Boss was talking about the roadworthy. You also need the insurance sticker. The basic insurance you need on the road is the third party. Now, the third party is saying that once there's any injury, the insurance company will pay up to 7,000. So that's a compensation to cushion you small, even though it's not enough, but it's to cushion you. But there's an opportunity to always increase. Even to me, increase benefits, even though at 7,000, you say, sir. So I'll speak to the executives. Our colleague that just passed, I'll make sure we get a compensation for him. You need to get it done. They be a insurance, but once you don't know where to go and claim from or how to go about the claim, you realize that you are paying but you are not benefiting. I see they be out here, they are not benefiting. So we as insurance brokers or your lawyers, they be making sure say you get the right amount of money and it should be on time. So we'll speak to executives again to see how to get a collaborated insurance. So like a group insurance where we can get discounts between your discount and your policy. So for instance, the basic premium I say here for a third party, 1,025 for normal third party policy. Now as a group, you between very discount, maybe 10% discount and a 15% discount. So it can reduce the cost of the insurance for us. But then the benefit of 7,000 still never. So when you are injured, when you are driving, and you are injured on the road, in fact, give me a call. Just bring file medical reports and medical bills, bra. So we are paying up to 7,000. You can say between 7,000, 9, maybe small scratch, even 7,000 that be. We pay up to 7,000, which means that all the medical bills, bra, 200 cedis, a bit 200 cedis. More than 7,000, a bit 7,000. Our colleague that passed last week, he has a maximum of up to 7,000. So me personally, I'll push the claim to get it done so that the beneficiary and now maybe or uncle or wife or family will go to them. Now, we can talk about an extensive cover where we can increase the limits for the group because it's a group personal accident. So once you're on road, this one is a 24-hour benefit and it's a small amount of money. So we'll discuss executives first, then they'll speak to you about it. Once anyone is interested, you can come together and get it done. Now, the third party, last one, the third party property damage limit, 8,000. Looking at the strength of your car, big car, it will cause a lot of damage to it. But you have up to 8,000 benefits from the insurance company. And also, any small dent and a small scratch, you need to 8,000. What the repair estimate be back. So we'll pay according to the repair estimates that you bring. So everyone needs an insurance broker. Obey here insurance broker. I say lawyers. Into any issue on the road, whether it's claim, whether it's a renewal, maybe by say insurance being your other car and a renewal, just call on us. You don't pay us, it will be free. You are already paying, it's part of the premium you are paying. Into by so insurance a car, by so church check and now your direct transfer to the insurance company. Timpacho claim need the own here. My main issue is to make sure that once you are paying premium, make a claim, and once there's a claim, go for your money. The bank say that they be a car now more long, or bisa police report. Once there's a third party engagement in the accident, you need a police report. The reason is that we want to know who is at fault, whether it's a third party or whether it's you. That's why sometimes you go to the police report. And by law, if there's any accident on road, you have to report it to the police station. But once it's an own damage, maybe we can forfeit the police report. But once there's a third party involvement, will be VET, will be Toyota, then one need the police report. We as lawyers will make sure that we go through the policy document to look at how to fill the claim form, bring your driver's license, and we'll make the claim for you. Because I ain't insurance, we know the insurance company who can pay well when it comes to claim. So that's why we are here. So we are your lawyers. I'll leave some of my cards with boss. My number, you can take it. 020 669 7929. Samuel. It was Snake House. Central Police Station, room 306. Last floor. 020 669 7929. 020 669 7929. Any insurance issue you have, we are there for you. Everything we do is free for you, and there's no terms and conditions. It's free. I'll speak to the executives. We'll make sure we'll get the claim for our colleague that passed last week. I'll just need the car number and I'll just process every claim that is supposed to be given to our brother together with the mate.
And you know, let me see her. Next 2 weeks, Ebiana Brokers Nansaba. Because you insurance Nasi, insurance company. Emma Yenny insurance company as intermediary. Until I was over no much muyi. Na yet yes, boss, and that's about Brofuna Dawson. Until Bana, what Timuyi, Amayatias. In terms of more free truck drivers, GHTV. Over there, who contribute here, show screen as a boom, numbers view or which me afraid.
and about me first number no 0591 994959 WhatsApp number which me WhatsApp here na who report me who be your contribution who the for her e bejo so medin di Anthony dodona from me Alhaji ya me enka ho no nhire mambo ye djuma ho bai on fa enko mbra so mu na dasende e be se ahia